Welcome back, everybody. How is everybody doing today? Today we have Patrick with us. Patrick, where are you calling from, man?
Beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, the beautiful Southwest.
What's the temperature out there right now?
Damn, it's about 45, believe it or not. It gets cold in the desert.
Damn, dude.
We can get up to 120, but it gets down to 45 when it's nighttime.
So, all right. So during the day you're up pretty high, and then at night it's dropping really, really low.
Oh yeah, but today I think the high is about 60, so it's
Oh,
not too.
that's like perfect.
Oh yeah, that's
That's
that
perfect
beautiful.
weather.
Right off the west coast, off California, we get that nice little heat.
That's nice.
Oh yeah, can't beat it, brother.
Patrick, what do you do for a living?
Me, I do glazing and HVAC.
Glazing and HVAC. So I have had HVAC guests. Glazing, I know nothing about.
Man,
I'm
glazing.
definitely excited.
It's
Break
it's
it
a
down.
special field, man. Let me tell you, it's a special field. And I'm not like every other glazer. A lot of union guys, which are just like commercial front, or they'll just know how to put the glass in. Like I can cut the glass, I can build the window, I can build grids, you name it. I can just do it. I can cut a mirror, I can cut circles, I can cut an arch, build it, pop it right in.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, and it's crazy with a lot of glazers, and I learned that, a lot of guys take their time. They'll wait a day or two. They'll order their glass off the supplier. Me, like my truck that you probably seen in a lot of my videos. There's glass on each side. I got spacer in the truck. I got my silicone, my moldings, my trim, everything. I can just build it right on spot. So like if you get your window smashed out, I'll build it right off the spot and put it in for you. That like literally 10 or 15 minutes.
Dude, that's gangster.
Oh yeah, man. That dude, money ain't nothing ain't cheap no more, man. You got to make sure you grind hard 24/7 and get your money in.
I've never heard of like that being done to make a window right there on the spot and put it in. That's truly like that's amazing.
I'm about to say it's even in our HVAC division, man. If you look at our HVAC trucks, we got motors, run caps, you name it. We got everything in that truck. You call us and you want that thing fixed that day, we could fix it right on the spot. We don't wait. We don't take time. We want to make sure our customers are taken care of. We want to make sure that you're back online, and we just go on to the next stop.
That's all. That's what's up.
You know.
That's what it's about right there, man.
hmm
Getting shit done. That's
Exactly.
awesome.
And that's what the thing is. Like I always tell these, like a lot of my buddies are white collar guys. I'm like, you guys are lucky because you just get to go off the phone and do your deal. I was like, guys like us, we got to do the paperwork, we got to do the physical work. And mind you, most of us don't even get to eat lunch sometimes. We just got to
Yeah.
keep going. There ain't no stopping for guys like us. We
Nope.
keep
Gotta
this
just go.
country going, man.
That's right.
We're the
That's right.
lifeblood.
100%, man.
hmm
So do you do like big buildings too?
Yeah, man. I do commercial. I do residential. I've done everything, whether it's HVAC or glass. It don't matter. We do new construction.
So
Whoever.
installing glass in those big buildings, like how sketchy is that? And what is the
Really sketchy.
process that you have to take to get the glass to those areas?
Well, in Vegas, we got those big casinos, big
Yeah.
towers. So how it comes out is there's like moldings around it, or they call it a window bead. I just call it moldings. You take
Okay.
that out, and then depending how thick the glass is, usually it's about an inch thick, and it's got quarter-inch glass. And once that glass starts falling, it comes down and it starts chopping. So you usually got to pull it down, but most likely 24/7, it's going to collapse on you. So it's more like if it's collapsing, you got to start breaking piece by piece by piece. So instead of having scars on your arms, you start pulling it apart. So then you only got a little piece of a window to pull out. And then you pull that out, you pop the new one in, put your bead around, and then you're done.
And that's all you're doing this on the outside of the building.
Sometimes outside, sometimes inside. Shoot, man, I've hung out at third-story buildings, man. I don't care, man. I'll climb out that little window, cut it out, or pop the moldings off, literally pull it out, and then I'll have my dad pull in the new window, and I'll pop it right in, pop it all in. I'll even stand on a pop out and pop that thing right in. It don't matter. I'm like, hey, if I lived a hell of a life. If I fall, I lived a good life, man. At least the customer is gonna be good,
Yeah,
but I
exactly.
lived a
Get the
heck of
window
a good
done.
life. That's how it goes. It's even with HVAC. You know, when you're on those high tilt, those high pitched roofs. I'm like, well, if I slip off the tile trying to make sure your drain line goes out, hey, it is what you make it, brother. It's
Oh, you
even
got good
like my
outlook on it,
grandfather was
man.
a painter, so I learned the first trade I ever learned was painting. So I did painting, and I remember I used to always have to shave off all the off the trim, all the old paint off the wood with the sander. And you know when you're on that high tilt with a big extension ladder off like a drive through coming up at a pitch, I'm like, well, if I slip, I slip. It was fun.
I think that painting is probably one of the things I absolutely dread to do.
It's the worst, dude.
May I c we bought our house, well, we already sold that one, but we had a house, and my wife, she was like, "Oh, I wanna redo the kitchen, and I wanna paint the living room," so we "Alright, let's do it."
Hmm.
After doing that, I was like, "I'm never doing this again." I hate I
It's
I
tedious,
hate
bro.
painting
It's
so
tedious
bad, bro,
work.
and the lighting, if it's not perfect, you're sitting there, you're painting, you're like, "Why is the shade not drying?" "Yeah,
No,
it's
dude.
because that light's glaring." I can't
Well, the thing is, if you
I'm
get a
done with it.
gloss, it knocks you off too because the gloss is so shiny,
Yeah.
and you're like, I can't tell if this fucking thing's drying.
Yeah, you put about 15 coats on this one spot, and you don't know what's
Oh yeah.
happening.
Oh, and
Yeah,
especially
I
if you don't
hate
know how to
paint.
roll properly too.
Yeah.
You got patches everywhere. It's just that's I was blessed when I was growing up. I would either go with my grandpa or my dad. My dad's the glazer, my grandpa was the painter. And I was like, you know what? I don't mind going to the housing authority. I don't mind going to the hood all day. At least like the glass, I know what I'm doing. The paint, I don't care if we were in the beautiful parts of Vegas all day. It'd be
Yeah.
you got to tape everything, caulk it, put the
Yeah.
plastic around. It's the worst, dude.
I can't. I am the last person that you want me to paint the inside of your house. It will look like a child did it.
Oh yeah, and my
I'm
grandpa was like, "You're such a good painter," and I was like, "Listen, I'm Mexican, but I ain't that Mexican, bro." I was like, "I'd
Man, I'll
rather
tell
be
you,
with
I
my
give it
dad.
to
He's
them
white.
painters.
If we do glass, we're in and we're out. It's 10 minutes, man. I like this side of the field more.
I can't do it.
Nah,
I
man,
give it
it's
to them
so.
guys that they're out there painting houses and painting the insides. I
Hmm.
mean, we had some guys come in and remove popcorn from the house from the
Oh,
ceiling,
yep.
and they painted everything also, but dude, they had it done in, like, a day and a half, and they came in and they taped off at we walked in the house, and I was like, "Looks like a crime scene here, bro.
Oh yeah.
This is wild," and they did it so fast, and everything was done. I was like, "This is crazy. I would never be able to do that."
Oh yeah, it's like I said, man. It's just tedious work. It's
Yeah.
the painting. If you know how to paint right, like all my cousins on my mom's side of the family, my grandpa and all of them, they can paint like a house in a day, like nothing. But the thing is, it's like they get there super early,
Yeah.
tedious
Well, you
prep
have to.
work, and then you go right at it.
Yeah, I know. I'll leave that to them guys.
Yeah.
Not everybody us blue collar men and women out there,
Hmm.
we're not cut out for every blue collar job.
And that's the thing is like I hate,
There's ones.
I love every trade, and I hate when we're on Instagram and TikTok, and everyone's making fun of like the electricians,
Oh,
making fun of the plumbers.
yeah.
I'm like, bro, it don't matter. I don't care if you're a welder. You don't want to be digging that ditch. You don't want to be hooking up all
No.
that electrical through the building or going on the line. You don't want to be up there, bro.
No.
I always say you show respect to every single trade that's out there. But when it comes to power tools, then you can start talking your smack. If you want to brag about your brand, brag about your brand.
Some of them dudes, man, they go I've seen videos of these guys pulling up in these, like, the transit vans and popping them open, and it's just like the whole inside's Makita or
Oh
or
yeah.
Milwaukee, or you got DeWalt, and you're like, "Bro, you got, like, $100,000 sitting in the back of that truck and just power tools."
Oh,
They
absolutely.
go
And
wild.
it depends on what guy you're dealing with, especially if you're dealing with like an old journeyman or an old those dudes will be like, the Walt is the best tool you'll ever use in your life. And I'm like, I like Milwaukee. I'm sorry. And they're like, that's shitty. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I like Milwaukee. I'm just trying to do my job.
But I'll give it to Milwaukee, dude. They're like, "Hey, all right, you guys wanna play the game of brag about tools? Well, I'll come out with everything you can stack all these different boxes, you can put all these different tools in." They
Hmm.
come out with it. I'm waiting on Milwaukee, man. 2025, they're coming out with a new bump cap.
I saw on your video.
You see Yeah, how have you looked it up?
No, dude, but they look rad. Like you're gonna be feeling safe.
Well, I have one now. I have a bump cap, and it works great every day. But Milwaukee's coming out with one that their ad for it was they
Hmm.
put it on a dummy with a balloon that was inside the skull. They put the hat on it, and then they have a weight come down with a nail, boom, and a nail bounced off.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, "Damn, I want that thing," and it
Yeah,
looks super comfortable. So Milwaukee, if you're watching this, I'll
I'm about to say Milwaukee
shoot
better
me one.
sponsor this show.
But yeah, I'm waiting for them to come out with that, man.
Dude, I'm excited for you, man. I
Yeah.
might get one of those because I get hit in the head all the time.
Dude, I never even knew they existed until I needed one. Well, I didn't even know they existed until I found one from Fine Light Hats on Instagram. They were promoting it one day, and I was like, "Yo, what is that?" And I was like, "I have a hole in my head. I need that." So I bought it, and I was like, Why haven't I ever had one of these? Because this thing is amazing."
Oh yeah.
For all the guys are out there, just in the mechanic shops that aren't have to wear hard hats, you put that on, you smack your head against the lift, you're
Oh
good.
yeah.
You're good.
Or you got that new kid who don't know how to operate the
Yeah.
lift. He brings it down on you. You better have that helmet on you, brother. You better. It's just like with a couple of young cats. Like I brought a couple of young cats, because a lot of guys think that what we do is easy. So I brought some dudes out, and I've
Oh
had a
yeah.
couple of them where I'm trying to teach them how to take a window out or change something, and they'll hit me with the hammer or something. I remember one dude. I remember I was teaching him how to hit off the center bar, and he swung back and he hit me like right in the face. And I'm like, no one ever taught you to swing a hammer, but I was like, I wish I had that cap that day.
Sometimes working with them guys is a little scary, man.
Oh yeah, but it's the way they're gonna like those dudes who don't know what it's like to be out here. They just want to taste, and they get that taste, and then they're like, you know what? I like sitting behind my desk. Complaining about having to do this worksheet ain't that bad now. I'm like, it ain't that bad.
It's not for everyone. That's what right here, man. Blue collar blood type. Like you
Hmm.
just said, that your grandfather's blue collar, your dad was blue collar. If you don't come from it, it's very hard to get into where you're gonna enjoy it because you're
Exactly.
not from that. You aren't raised into it. Now, I have had guests. I would say 2 or 3 guests I think I've had
Hmm.
that their family was not blue collar at all, and they just got into it and absolutely fell in love, which very rare, awesome to see, absolutely love it.
Hmm.
But if you're not from blue collar, it's usually you're not going to that because it doesn't appeal to you. You don't like it. So you
Nah.
have them guys that are like, "Oh hell yeah, I'm gonna buy that big old diesel. I'm gonna do it." They get on that job site and it's like,
Yeah.
"The hell am I doing here?"
I'm like, they got a diesel dually. It's like, what are
Yeah,
you hauling, bro? Just get a 15, bro. You don't have to.
yeah.
You don't need the 35 dually, man. You ain't hauling nothing.
You're driving to work. What? I mean, when I was working in the mine, the last thing you want to drive was your personal car down into the pit.
Exactly.
These guys are paying hundreds of thousands of dollars for these trucks and driving them out there. Nah, dude, you're ruining them really quick.
Oh yeah, I always laugh
Not
at those
worth it.
guys who bring the Duramax to like a painting, like it's like a whole new construction project, and they're doing they're doing the
Spray.
texture, the paint, the sheetrock, the stucco, and they're painting. I'm like, I wouldn't. How are you putting that brand new GMC
Right
right
at
next where that overspray is gonna hit you?
Hey, you gotta learn somehow, you
Exactly.
know?
You're gonna have those beautiful little white spots on your black
Yep.
Duramax. It's gonna look great.
That's custom.
Oh yeah.
Blue collar custom is what it is.
Oh yeah, there ain't nothing like it. Shit, my car has overspray on it.
Oh,
I'm like, well, it is what you make it. I'm the one who wanted to show up and do for that job. I think what was I doing that day? I was installing a water heater. So I was like, well, I'd rather park up close so I'm able to get the water heater out and take it up the stairs.
yeah. No point in having a brand new truck out at these job sites.
Exactly. What I mean, what are you
I
gonna
do a
do?
beater. Run that beater to the ground. That's what I did.
Exactly. Rock that Honda Civic and just '01 Honda Civic. It's fast. It'll get beat up, but it'll get the job done.
Yeah, and you're gonna save money on fuel every day too, driving from work and home, man. Those Civics,
Oh, I know, man.
top
Hey,
notch on fuel, dude.
what's the gas price out there in Florida?
Ooh. Um, It's like 360 for premium. That's why
Mm,
I run in my truck, so it's like 360. I know that diesel was like 323.
damn, we're like I think over like $4 out here.
Jesus.
But you gotta remember, we're in the desert. There ain't no
Yeah,
oil to
true.
get. All we
True.
got is Texas and California won't drill. So we're in, as they call limbo. We're in limbo. We're in limbo out here.
Damn, dude, that's fucking crazy. That's
But at least
expensive.
I know, but at least we're not like California paying over 6 or 7.
That's wild.
Uh-huh. I
That's
have buddies,
wild.
those beautiful blue collar truck drivers. They're always like, I always decline California. I ain't paying $7 to put diesel in my
Yeah,
truck.
it's insane.
And you gotta pay that, what is it, that PO box number tax too? I was like, I wouldn't do that in a heartbeat, dude.
Nope,
Mm,
I'll drive right away from California.
exactly. I was like, just come out to Vegas. It's nice. You do whatever you want. You're open 24/7. We party.
I just seen a video this morning that I wanna say it was in California, that a dude walked into a gas station to buy a drink and put a Powerade up on the thing. The guy scanned it and it came up 525 or something like that, 529. So he was like,
Hmm.
"Oh, it's a Powerade." And the guy was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "That's almost $6." He was like, "You can get a pack of them for that." He
Yeah,
was like,
exactly.
"Do you want it or not?" And he was like, "No, I'm not paying over $5 for a Powerade."
Oh
And
no, man.
he walked out. But that's
I I got a lot of family that live
expensive.
there, man, and I always tell them, I don't know how you guys live there. It's just crazy, man. But what are you gonna do? It's like my cousin out there in New York. He's a painter. He's a band guy, but of course, music star, paints. Got to do a blue collar job to keep the bills going. That poor dude. He always tells me, he's like, man, this and that and this. I was like, just move back to Reno, man. Just come back, bro.
New York's really, yeah, I've heard like tobacco in New York is absolutely insane. They were saying it's 14 to like $17 a pack of cigarettes, something like that. It was crazy.
Hmm.
Which
I
I
was like,
chew down here is expensive.
oh yeah, but you go up there, it's even more expensive, man.
Yeah. What's crazy is so Florida uh, for chew for me is like almost $12 a can.
No shit.
Yeah, but if I drive up to Georgia, I
Uh huh.
can pay $18 for a roll.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
that's nice. I'm about to say that's how it is in Vegas. You can get chew at a good price out here.
No, here it's expensive, but yeah, you go to the next state and it's like dramatically cheaper. You're like, "Whoa, okay. Get me a couple rolls here."
Exactly. I get about 4 or 5 boxes and I'll leave.
Yeah.
That's what's ironic. My cousins from Ireland that come out here all the time. When they come here, dude, they buy every single pack of cigarettes you could think of. Marlboro, Newport, it don't matter. They'll buy it. American Spirit, and she's all like, Poderick, back in Ireland, you pay a high penny for this, but if you come back here to America in Vegas, you're a class ox. You could buy packs on packs on packs. And I'm like, well, shoot, whatever you want, Lorna Jane. You wanna buy 20 boxes? We'll buy 20 boxes and ship it over.
Bro, I know that you just blew everybody's mind that is watching this right now with a Mexican.
I'm not. I know, I know. You
What
know,
is your family backstory, bro? You said you're Mexican and then all of a sudden now you're Irish.
I'm
I
actually
need to
half
know this
Irish.
now.
That's what's ironic. I'm a green bean.
That's wild, dude. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And like I wish my old man was here, but he's taking a minute to come here. My dad's Irish and my mom's Mexican. So like when they combined it, that's why I said I was like, I'm the perfect blue collar breed because both brands, all they like to do is just have a good drink, a good smoke, and they let it to work. And then they go to church on Sunday and be like, I made a lot of mistakes, but hopefully work goes better this week.
That's wild. That's awesome.
Oh yeah,
Have you ever
but
been
it's
to
fun.
Ireland?
No, my mom goes all the time though.
Really?
Oh yeah, all the
That
time.
I wanna go. I've never been. I would love to go.
Where my family's from up there, it's like Northern Ireland. They're like an hour outside of like Belfast. It's all farmland. There's like cows, horses, the whole thing. It's beautiful. She's like back there in Belfast. It's like a party, but you come out here, it's just peace. It's quiet. I can smoke my weed, my crush. She calls it crushed shamrock. She's my crushed shamrock. I smoke, have peace, no loud noises, and I'm like, that sounds like pleasure.
Ye Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
if you're gonna smoke your crushed shamrock, you better do it in
Okay,
peace
Mark.
instead of being in a loud city. Like here in Vegas. It's loud 24/7. But the good news is
Oh,
the
dude.
work's there 24/7 here. You never lose work.
Yeah,
You're never slow.
I was gonna say you probably stay busy quite often.
Yeah, you know what I love about doing glazing, man, is that a lot of people are like, "Is there any money in this field?" And I said, the best thing to do is it don't matter if you're HVAC, plumbing, electrical, always go to the ghetto, man. That's where because it's older, it's beat up. Most of my work comes from that. Like today, I got to install these patio doors today. I got to deliver. I got to put 2 in today, and then I got what we got bad here in Vegas is a homeless problem.
Really?
So now that the temperature's dropping, they're breaking into all the apartments I work at, and they just destroy the place. So I'm like, I feel bad for the management company, but in a way, I'm like, well, he
Money.
just smashed out 2 windows to get in here. He tore up the flooring. He ruined the paint on the wall, and he messed up that oven. So Lowe's is about to get paid. The painter's about to get paid. The flooring, the painter, and then I'm gonna get paid today.
Yeah,
I
not so
mean,
bad.
I hate to see it, but I'm like, well, it's not a bad day today.
Oh man, dude, that's crazy.
And I hate it because I feel bad because I always say, in our field, I hate to say when you're like installers or painters, whatever, it's always like you kind of hope for the demise a little bit because then that's when you get your money.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, 100%. You like Windows.
Oh yeah, even
Windows don't go
HVAC,
really bad. They don't
HVAC
just
too.
break out of nowhere. So you're hoping like, all right, I hope somebody hits that window with a ball today or something.
Oh yeah, I got these kids right behind. There's a casino called Boulder Station. I got this little middle school. It's like I work about 4 properties right there. Every time those kids walk along, there's this because we do use desert landscaping in Vegas. There's no grass. It's all rocks and dirt. So what these kids do is they're little bad kids. They pick up rocks and they throw them right through the patio doors, right through the windows, and then they run right off. So like
Jesus,
those 4 properties right there, I've been there every day this week, and the week before that, and the week before that, and the week before that.
nobody's caught these kids.
Well, it sucks because I feel bad for the managers because they're getting these recordings, they're taking them back to the school. The school calls these kids in, and these kids are like looking at the videos and they can recognize the paint colors off the property. Like if it's like a blue or white or like a tan and orange, they're like, I know which property that is. So when they get out of school from being in trouble, that's the first place they go to and they smash out. Like I had a manager, she called, I just actually just installed, it's a French door. It was 22 by 80, half-inch thick, tempered, beautiful door. Had to put that in because a kid threw a brick right through the window because he got in trouble.
Yeah, you need to start selling some impact windows.
Oh, dude, that bulletproof glass, man, that thing's so expensive, especially laminated. You get about even a 1/4 inch lammy. That thing's expensive, man. It's like your car
What's
window
the
where
heck
you
is
hit
this?
it and it has lines with the plastic in between. It keeps it intact.
There's all right. So you know how we just had those big storms here in Florida.
Oh
You
yeah,
see
dude. I
all
was
that?
praying for you guys left and right, man.
So we had some tornadoes hit us. We had
Lord.
7 tornadoes touch down, like, in our area, which never happens.
Mm-hmm.
Usually when you hear it's a tornado, it's nothing crazy, it's like a small one that's over same area they always say it is, so you're like, "Alright, whatever."
Mm-hmm.
So there was a bunch this time. There's a video, and I know I have it on my phone, and I'm gonna send it to you later.
Yeah, send it to me.
Dude is standing at his slider doors, standing there, impact, filming as the tornado is coming into his house. And whoever is filming this, if you're watching this, I need to speak to you on here because
Mm-hmm.
you got balls of steel.
Oh
This
yeah.
dude didn't budge and just filmed, and then first thing hit the window, it's like boom. You're like, oh, all right, them windows are pretty good. Well,
Mm-hmm.
then it got closer, and dude just started ripping things through that window like it was nothing.
Oh,
And they finally ran away, whoever was filming, but that impact windows, they held up for a good minute. If you were in a bind and you were sitting there, you'd be able to get to a safe spot for it bust open, but just to watch the stuff flying and hitting the window was just wild.
oh
But he
yeah.
filmed everything. It shatters you're like, "Jesus."
Oh yeah. And that's the crazy thing. Back in the day, like I work at a lot of properties that were built between like the 60s and 80s. They have a lot of storm windows.
Oh, really?
for that particular thing. That back in the day, especially the old trailer parks I work in, they got storm windows left and right. And those things are at least helpful because when the front end gets smashed in, you still got that inner panel on the inside. So that might be something your Floridians may want to invest in the future, which is maybe get a storm window right in the inside of that thing. So it breaks through the first one. At least you got a second impact right there.
What kind of storms do you guys get out there?
None. These you got to remember back in that time period, that was like 60s, 80s. These trailer parks, they were being built all the same, like the ones across like Florida, Midwest. So whatever design they were building out there, they brought it out west, and they just had the storm window.
Gotcha.
Yeah, even a lot of old properties I work in, a lot of people were like, especially like in 1999, I noticed in those properties when they thought the world was gonna end during 1999, they put a lot of storm windows in there, and I'm like, who put these in there? And they were like, I'm assuming when it was built in the 90s, they thought the world was gonna end, so they put these storm windows in there.
Y2K, that's what it was.
Yep.
Y2K.
I was like, who is?
That's when the
I was like,
internet
we're in
was
the
gonna
middle of the
fail and the
desert.
whole world's shutting down. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. I was like, we're in the middle of the desert. What's gonna happen out here?
Yeah, everybody did. That was a huge thing. Everybody panicked, and everybody woke up the next morning, and it was like, all right, nothing happened. Back to
Yeah,
work.
exactly. I remember
Good to go.
I went to preschool that day.
Yeah. I was like, all right, we're going back to school.
Yep.
Nobody died. Good to go.
Yeah, exactly. What are you gonna do? It's like in 2012 where they thought the world was gonna end. I was like, I still gotta go to class.
Yeah, you still gotta get shit done. I don't
I still
care.
gotta go to class today. I thought the world was gonna end.
Yeah. So Patrick, what do you do? What are your hobbies?
Oh
What do you
man,
do for fun?
I love everything, man. I like to ride. I like to fish,
So
arcade.
I was
Huh?
gonna say, you're in the desert. Do you do any sort of like the sand rails? Do you ride? What do you
Oh
do?
yeah, we got dirt bikes, quads. You know how it goes. You just hit up your buddy who's got it, and you go ride with them.
Yeah, because
Or
I've
like,
seen
yeah, or
out
out in
there.
the desert, you just go
Yeah,
shoot guns or something.
those sand rails you guys have out there.
Hmm.
Poof.
Oh yeah, and you know what's beautiful, man, is
Some of
like,
them are like 1,200 horsepower. Just absolutely insane.
oh yeah, and
Ripping
you
through
can
the
roll
dunes.
too.
Crazy.
A lot of my buddies have like the rails that go on top, so when they do hit and it does go, it rolls and they go right back into it.
Oh, that's dope.
Oh yeah, because there's different types of desert you can deal with. Like you got that soft desert sand, and then you got that hardcore sand where me and my buddies, a lot of us, like especially when I was younger, I would dirt bike, and when you fell, it hurt, but
Oof.
you pop right back up and go wham wham, go back right at it.
You guys do like side by sides and stuff?
Oh yeah, every
Yeah.
you can do everything out here in the desert. Like even out there, if you ever come here, there's a place called Vegas Speedway. It's out there going towards California behind the M Resort. They got like the off-road trucks. They got the old Lamb. They got Lambos, everything. But the off-road trucks, you can take that thing and you're going boom, 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 all through it, man, through the desert. They got a track made for it
That's
out
pretty
there.
cool.
So it's amazing, man. And then, but it's Vegas. Like there's days sometimes I'm like, I can go to a bar at 1 in the morning. I can go to Denny's at 3 in the morning. I can go to the nightclub. I can go do whatever I want. And you know what's funny? People always make fun of me when I come to the nightclub because I show up in a Carhartt shirt, my Wrangler jeans, my cowboy boots, and I wear my Bass Pro Shop hat, or I wear an American flag hat, and they're like, "Motherfucker, you look like you're going to work."
So how
And I'm like,
often do you do the clubs? Because I do see that you're a pretty big dancer.
Dude, I go a lot, but
You
not
get
as much
down,
anymore.
man.
Hmm. What's ironic with that is because a lot of blue collar guys message me and they're like, "What image are you trying to give us?" And I'm like, "I'm just giving us that image that they always talk about the stockbroker, the insurance guy, this guy." I'm like, we could do it all, man. We can dance, we can play music, we can fix anything. We come home. I was like, you don't have to worry about us cheating on you because we got to get up early and go to bed early. You never
Yeah, you
have
got
to worry
time.
about us.
Yeah, I've seen watching your videos because I do go when we ask somebody to come on the podcast. We go through your stuff and I look and see what you do and get questions and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Going through yours, I was like, the hell does he do? I mean, he does a lot of dancing. Jesus Christ.
You know,
Every
it's
video, I was
ironic.
like, damn, he puts it down, bro. He's good.
Yeah. Come check me out at Stoney's Country Rock Club. Come watch me at XS Nightclub. You know, I just, the one who talked me into dancing was my mother because my mother's on there too. If you ever see her, she's tagged in my video as Catholic Vintage, and she
Okay.
posts her religious videos. That's why some of my videos are very religious sometimes, and she was like the one like you need to dance because you danced, you're the best dancer, yada yada yada. So I started dancing, and it blew up to the point where girls message me sample songs, and they'll be like, "Do a dance to this song." So I'll be like, "All right, I'll do it." So then I make the video, and then I dance, and I post it, and then I get blue collar guys being like, "I can't tell if this guy actually does the work or if he's just acting as a blue collar guy." So that's why I gotta post videos of me
Oh,
working too, so people know I know what
yeah.
I'm doing.
Oh, you're a good dancer, man. Way better than I am. I don't dance.
Hey,
I'm way too white for that, man. You got
I
the
beg to
Spanish
differ,
blood
brother.
in you.
I beg to differ, bro. Like I always say, if you want some cream in your coffee, I'll give it to you. Don't you worry. Even if it's just a step or two, I'll give
Yeah.
you what you need.
Oh man.
Hey, and I always
Wow.
say Channing Tatum, if you watch the Magic Mike movies, he was a roofer. I was like, we are those guys. We don't wear the G strings, but we are those guys though. We're
I
the
mean,
image of what a real man is.
it is funny because we do dance on the job sites. I've done it. I've had multiple guests that I've had videos. I've seen them dancing on the job sites, and you have to have some fun with it.
You have to, man.
If you don't, you're gonna go crazy. It's too much stress in these industries that we deal with every day. You got to relieve it somehow, and usually it's fucking off. We get the job done, and you have that time to screw around.
Exactly. And I always believe too, like I love when we're on the eight when I'm glazing's a blast. On our glazing side, we have fun, but we're just so in and out so fast. The only time I really dance is when I'm like in the housing authority and they're playing like Tupac or Biggie, or they'll play like the Dougie or like Soldier Boy, and the kids will be like, "You know how to do this dance?" And I'll do the dance for them. And they're like, "Who's this? Who brought this guy here?" Because a lot of them get caught off guard because they're like. As bad as it sounds, they always tell me they're like, "You look like you should be drinking Hennessy and smoking Black and Miles the way you dance." And I'm like, they're like, "You shouldn't even be white or Mexican. You should be us." And I'm like, I'm just the way God made me, bro.
You're a good dancer, bro. You got
Yeah.
that.
But the best ones when we're on the HVAC side, and it's just funny because we just make fun of each other all day. The glazing side, we make fun of other people. You know how it is when you're at a job site. You make fun of people.
Oh yeah.
Especially if you're on your phone making fun of people, like whatever videos, like the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson thing. Me and my dad making fun of that for the last week. But like the glazing HVAC side, we make fun of each other, and then they laugh at me because we'll be doing an install on a roof, and I'll be dancing on the roof, and they'll be like, "Well, we can't be dancing at the job site." I was like, "You're just jealous because no one else here can dance."
That's the reason that it's
Exactly.
exactly it.
hmm
Oh, you're mad because you can't do it.
Exactly. I was like, "You may know how to country two-step, but you can't do the salsa and the Dougie and break dancing like I can." And I was like, and I know a little bit of two-step.
Nope, I can't do any of it.
Yeah, but like I said, it just depends. Like on this side, the glazing side, my dad's like very old school, 80s, 90s, hip hop, R&B. But you go to the HVAC side, we're blasting country music left and right out of that truck.
That's good. That's good though, man.
hmm
It,
You get a mix. And you know
yeah,
what
it
I love
switches
too? I'm
up.
like, we got our big old American flags on the back of our HVAC truck. I was like, this is the American truck, man. America, dude.
Yeah, music, man. You got in the blue collar world, you cannot have. I'm sorry, but if you tell me that all you do is listen to country, you are a liar.
Oh, yeah.
If you say, "Oh, I strictly listen to rap," and you work as an operator, bro, you're a liar.
Oh, no, dude.
If you're an
And
operator and you listen to rap only, bro, you've heard every rap song there is because within the first week you've listened to everything.
I like those. My favorite are the pavers here in town, the Las Vegas pavers, because those guys would be blasting hip hop music. And I'm like, of course they're blasting hip hop music. There's one guy working the machine, laying it down, while the rest of them are just standing around listening to music, rapping to each other all day.
They got the life right there, bro. That's
Dude.
what's up.
Oh yeah, I was like, the Las Vegas paving's got it easy. There's like 10 dudes standing around, and they're just laying the road down while they're standing around watching it. You know how it goes.
Oh yeah, I see
It's
it.
funny though. I get a good laugh. And that's what I love too. Like I like in the housing, they make me laugh because I'll be installing their window. They'll play like Bobby Brown. I remember this lady. She was playing Rock with Me, and I started singing the song, and she's like, "Ooh, you know Bobby?" I was like, "I sure do know Bobby," and I was like, "I can rock with you. I can take every little step. It's my prerogative." And she's like, "Okay, you know everything." And then she was laughing because I danced for her too. And she said, "You bring your fine little quesadilla looking ass around here anytime you want, baby. You spicy like a bottle of Tabasco." And I was like, I appreciate it. And then I remember another time I had to come back to her apartment to fix a window. And she's like, "You bring your fine Antonio Banderas looking ass around here anytime you want, baby."
Bro, you're getting business all day.
Oh yeah, I get and it's bad too. I always get, I had a request from a girl. That's why you see my butt a lot more in my videos now, because a couple girls pinpointed it and saw it and were like, "Can you make a video like this?" So that's why I've been posting videos of like how I feel when I'm in my Carhartts, how I feel when I'm in my Wranglers. And I remember one time I was working on a window, I had my shirt tucked in, and I had a girl come up behind me, and she's like, "You're thicker than a kindergartner's pencil." And I was like, "That's pretty thick, dude. Those pencils are thick."
Did you, bro? Have you ever watched Sunny in Philadelphia?
Oh, I love that show.
Thank God. You need to do a video of Charlie's Jeans song.
Oh, I got you,
When he
brother.
does
You
the
want
pants.
that? Charlie's Jeans song? I'll get that done for you, bro. I'll tag you in it.
That would be the fucking funniest thing, bro.
Oh yeah.
Because
Let me
there's
get on
only
top
gonna
of that.
be a
I'll do that for
handful
you
of
this
people that are
weekend.
like, bro, I know where that's from. There's only
Uh
gonna
huh.
be a handful of people,
Oh yeah.
but that would be hilarious.
My favorite episodes when they try out for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, they get hammered and then they get pissed off because D kicks the ball farther than everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
It's the best.
So for the new generation that wants to come into the blue collar world, do you have any advice? Anything you want to say?
The best thing I can say is, uh, don't get discouraged. It's going to be tough in the beginning. You're going to try to figure things out, but just listen to the OGs, the old guys on the job sites. They're going to give you every little trick to the trade. And like I always say, just don't learn one trade, learn every trade you can, because you never know what's ever going to happen in your life. That's why like I have a good little mix of HVAC, good mix of plumbing, good mix of sheetrock, texture, paint, glazing, even you know how it is on these old work trucks. If you ain't a big commercial company, we're a small business. I got to go under that truck and fix it whenever it's broken.
Yeah,
You got
gotta
to
know
figure
how.
it out as you go. And that's the best thing I always tell people. I learned this from my cousin out there in Ohio. His name's John Rodarowitz. I call him the essence of blue collar. This man is full on backwood country Ohio boy, steel worker. He worked for the Steels. He installed steel for one company for years, opened his own shop, started with $6,000 in a pickup truck. My man built an empire now.
That's
Empire.
awesome.
Oh yeah, and I could, like I said, I always even call him the king of the blue collar boys, because that man always says it ain't. People always say it is what it is. He's like, it ain't. It is what it is. It is what you make it. And he's
Very
like, it
true.
ain't always gonna be easy. It's always gonna be hard. There's gonna be times where you're at that job site when it's humid or 100 degrees. It's gonna be frosty cold, and you're gonna want to stop. Your hands are gonna hurt. Your back's gonna hurt. But like he always says, you always got to remember, you're doing this for the heaven above. You're doing this for your family, and you're doing it for the brotherhood.
Well said, man.
Hmm.
Well said.
And like, I hope John watches this, because John, I always tell John, I was like, the reason I am who I am now, the hardcore blue collar guy, is because of you, my boss Ron, my dad, my grandfather. I was like, you guys made me into this blue collar boy now.
That's awesome, dude.
Oh yeah.
Much respect.
Oh yeah. Like I said, baby, God's great. Blue collar hood. Keep going. We're the lifeline of America.
Damn right.
And I hate that they forget about us all the time. They're always bragging about this celebrity, that celebrity. I'm like, you know what's great about Leonardo DiCaprio? He can't act out that scene because it took guys like us to build that building up for him and pave that road and put the power on for him, make the plumbing go, you know? It's guys like us that make this country keep going around, you know?
That's right, and that's why we started this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It's to give the average blue collar men, women the opportunity to share your story and to share to the world like who you are, what you do, and why you're important.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we started this, and I mean, it has just been the most amazing journey through this podcast so far,
Hey man,
and
we're
we're gonna
blessed to
keep
have
it
you, brother.
going.
We're blessed to have you, man. This is God letting
Appreciate it.
you share our word amongst the whole country, the whole world, man. We
Yep.
appreciate you. And by the way, you should be getting paid more than Leonardo DiCaprio, by the way. He only has to act in the scene. You literally put your life on the line to make sure you can get the job done. And now you made a podcast for all of our crew. You should be getting paid more than Leo and get that Milwaukee sponsorship.
Well, that's once again Milwaukee.
Also, Carhartt,
Yeah,
Wrangler,
Carhartt, that's right.
it don't matter. You all better be sponsoring this podcast now.
That's right. But Patrick, man, it was I amazing having you on, dude. I'm honored to have you on, and I can't thank you enough for coming on the podcast.
Hey man, I'm blessed and I'm honored to be here, man. I'm very gracious. I feel blessed to be here. I'm blessed to meet you, brother. I appreciate you. You know, I'm praying for you and your family, all you guys out there in Florida, the free state of Florida, by the way. Hopefully, you guys, the
Right.
Hurricanes and all you guys do good this year in football.
Hopefully.
Oh yeah, but you know, got nothing but love for you guys. I appreciate you guys for this opportunity. And man, I'll make sure to make you your Charlie Pants video. I got you.
Dude. Yes. All right, man. It was good talking with you.
Hey, God bless you, brother. I'll see you around. Hopefully, I'll meet you again on here pretty soon, and we'll chat and we'll
Yeah.
catch up.
All right, man.
God bless you. Be safe, brother.
All right.